My next update has to do with a proposal from Bernie Sanders, who once again shows his courage in going beyond what others are willing to do in raising questions about how our capitalist system works. This time his proposal is for something between 20 and 45% of corporate boards of directors should be the workers who depend on those corporations, who do the work and make the profits. This is an attempt to produce here in the United States something analogous to what already exists in Germany. In Germany, it's called Mitbestimmung in German, which means co-determination, co-responsibility, co-decision-making powers, that workers, since they depend on and make the company grow, ought to sit on the direction, not just shareholders, that the workers have a stake in what happens, just like shareholders, and indeed just like the communities where these enterprises are located. I understand the courage of Mr. Sanders in bringing it up. I understand it's important for Americans to know. I think it's clear that the German economy, the most successful capitalist economy in Europe for the last 40 years, is a society in which it has been doing that all that time, and clearly giving workers that control, giving workers that power has not compromised or hobbled capitalism in that country, not at all. But therein also lies a lesson. Yes, it's better that workers have some say than if they don't. That seems an elemental notion of what a democratic workplace ought to be. But giving workers 20 to 45% in Germany did not stop a situation in which a small elite becomes much richer at the expense of everybody else. It did not change the basic control of what was going on or the basic patterns of capitalism. That's not a reason not to support it. I do support it. I applaud Mr. Sanders for pushing it forward. But it is an important lesson not to think that this by itself is going to get the kinds of changes that we need. Here's an analogy. We all support universal suffrage, the idea that every adult, man and woman, ought to have the right to vote and participate in elections as we have now become used to. But would that solve the problem of capitalism, the inequality, the instability of the society we live in? No, because it turns out that capitalists, too, can use the mechanisms of universal suffrage to keep themselves rich and powerful, and they can do that with co-determination or Mitbestimmung as well.